You know, the slow cooker has long been the go-to for hearty stews and tender lamb shanks, but our next guest here to show us who can actually work magic when it comes to baking.
Yeah, for more, we're joined by the slow cooking queen herself, Stacey Clare. Good to have you with us. Why should we be using slow cookers for dessert?
Well, the great thing is you can think ahead of time with these, right? So say you've got friends coming over and you're like, oh, here's all dinner sorted. You just put that on and the job is done and it will cook. So you don't need to be going to the oven. It keeps warm. You're running out in the afternoon, you can put it on.
Okay, so what have we got here? Because you keep pointing and everyone wants to know what's in here.
Yeah. Come see what's in here. This one is an apple and rhubarb crumble. So it is literally chop your apples, chop your rhubarb in there, crumble topping, and then the lid goes on. 2.5 hours later, the job's done. And it goes delicious and brown on top, which you can see because of, cue this one here, this hack. If you put a tea towel under the lid of your slow cooker, it'll catch all the condensation. So things don't go gross, which is why...
What have you got in here?
This is a chocolate cake.
No way.
With the icing
in the slow cooker.
And there's sprinkles. You should definitely sprinkle.
Can I ask you a personal
question? Can I do that?
Please.
How many slow cookers do you have at home?
2.
Just 2? So a savoury and a sweet?
Well, do you know what? Often when I'm entertaining, I do exactly that.
Right.
Because I just want to hang out with people, right? And I love it. With a slow cooker, it cannot overcook. It stops. It stops itself cooking.
That's
so
delicious.
Wait, I just put I put a few
That's
on.
good.
Yeah, love the sprinkle.
So if you didn't have the tea towel, what would happen to the cake? It would just mush up?
It would go a bit
Right.
mushy. And because the heat comes from the bottom and goes around the side. So the last bit that you really need to make sure with, especially with a cake, is that you don't open the lid. Like if you're cooking it in an oven, otherwise it will deflate. You let it do its thing, you open it up, you squeal because it worked.
And then you iced it afterwards.
I did.
Just check.
Yeah.
So people say, hang on a second.
Yeah, did you pull it out and ice it?
Yeah.
Right.
For
TV purposes.
Yeah, lift that out and you can ice it. But my kids will
magic.
go at that with like a fork.
Yes. That's
Your kids.
fantastic. I love that. Only the kids. Okay.
Totally.
Now, do you prep ahead of time, right? So what have you got there?
Often. So I will make the chocolate cake up into like just a glass jar. So the same way you'd buy a packet mix. And I use the stickers that I have on my Instagram. So these will say, this is what's in it, this is what you add when you're cooking it.
You can see the layers. I don't know if you can see that, Hazy, but you can see the flour, the sugar, and then the cocoa.
Yep. And then all you got to do is just add your eggs and your milk, and then it goes in.
That's a great idea.
With the crumble, here's how I do it. I use my freezer dump bag idea.
Which is, you're big on this.
I love it. I love it.
Last month you were putting veggies in, and now you're putting fruit.
That's right. And this can be handballed into the freezer. So this is the base of it. And this is something to think about. If I'm making one of those, I'll often grab another bag and be like, you know what, if I'm cutting a rhubarb, like just cut more, put it in, whack it in the freezer. And then I've got that again if I'm entertaining, but more so just like a Sunday night with the kids.
Some people will squeeze a bit of lemon on their apple. Do you do that?
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, so it doesn't go brown?
So it doesn't go brown. Any of those. And then I just... toss that in and it can just go straight in the cooker. I take that away with me too, so if you're travelling and you're like, I'm taking the slow cooker, you can have So
that.
you just get on the flight with your bag?
Yes, I wish.
Personal
Overhead
question.
locker.
How many Eskies do you have?
Yeah. 7.
Yes.
No, I'm joking.
Okay.
Very good. You have hacked life generally with all of this. It's so great.
Yeah,
well done. Thank you.
Brilliant.
Thanks for coming in, as always. Friday snack. And you can check more great ideas on Stacey's Instagram, @Stacey Clare Health Coach, and we'll put all of those recipes on the Sunrise website too.